Hello and welcome to Move the Line Prop Drop Show presented by SharpStack. Ryan Noonan joined here as always by my friends. 2026. Happy New Year to you both. Slop, what's going on with you, baby?
Just living the dream. 2026. Shout out to my teacher who said I wouldn't make 2015. So here I am, still here. I hope you are too.
What's the backstory there? I mean, like just like straight up, you like wouldn't make it, like you wouldn't be alive?
I was in high school. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I was a betting man, which I was back then, I probably wouldn't have bet. Like that was a safe bet back then. But you know, it all worked out.
What's the alt line on that? And
yeah, we didn't have alt lines back then. Back then, it was just how it was. It was overs, it was unders, it was money line, maybe a spread here and there. Like nothing, like no alts, like player props. That was just a dream.
No, I remember I'd be at my buddy's house, and his dad would come back from the American Legion with the slip, the big rectangular punch hole slip,
parlay card.
Yep. So you got college on the back end, and then the NFL slate there too. And he would literally just hand me the slip. I was probably 13, 14 years old, picking games for my buddies. Drunk father. I mean, just constantly drunk father. So, shout out Jimmy. He's no longer with us. So imagine that.
He had a great run, though.
Great run.
I'll take like 40 Jimmy years over like 100 of some of these guys' years. You know what I mean?
Yes. Legit, this house growing up, I was there all the time. In the fridge, they just had silver bullets and marble reds.
Oh, really? In the fridge?
The entire door of the fridge was marble reds. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm talking like cartons on cartons, and then just silver bullets occasionally,
This kid I grew up with, his grandma used to keep Cools. Remember Cools? The menthol cigarettes? I don't know if they saw. They should keep those in the freezer. I always thought that was pretty funny. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it made it better or whatever, but man, those are sweet. Yep. Dude, the parlay cards.
Yeah.
Those were, man, you talk about a shot of life. Tuesday, someone hands you one of those. It's like, look at me. I'm about to lose my ass. But yeah, you didn't think at the time, dude. You're like, dude, these things are like, I'm going to quit my job. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even need to work anymore. I got these parlay cards. They were so great, dude. Except for just, you never won.
Minor detail. Connor, what's up with you, man?
Yeah, not much. It's incentives week, which means the board is like complete garbage for the most part. We got like 2.5 full games posted. I think we got a couple like sprinkle of other things elsewhere. And to be fair, I don't blame books. I mean, there's a lot of uncertain situations, a lot of nonsense incentive bets out there right now, making the Twitter streets, which we'll get into a little bit later in the show. But things are tough right now, but it's good. It means that like you might get a couple random healthy scratches here and there. It might leave some options open for like making some money. So just move quickly and do your own research and make sure you know what you're betting on.
Yeah, head on the swivel this week. Connor and I will be here. We go live on Sunday morning a little bit before games kick. And obviously it's a different week, even with how the schedule is laid out. We have more afternoon games than we typically do, partially because they wisely put games in kind of buckets depending on, what the results are correlated with the other games in that bucket. But I think we're going to have some stuff there a little bit before as inactives kind of crawl out, where you might have some stuff come on the board that might be stagnant a little stale. So I think right now they are a little bit reluctant to go pretty heavy in terms of what they're posting. So we do obviously have a couple of games, the island spots in particular, where we know both teams are full on for the entirety of the game. You're going to have some situations where right now, like X team needs to win, but because of some other stuff that's happening in the same window, those guys end up sitting in the second half. So it's going to be a spot to just be very careful, especially with maybe some overs that look pretty enticing. You can have some, rugs pulled in the fourth quarter in some spots too. So we do our best. And Connor has done a little bit of the deep diving on incentives for us. So we'll tackle that once we work through some of the plays that we have here this week. So check out SharpStack. Again, free 7-day trial available for you on the site, football.com/plans. Just got to opt into that. Again, football's rolling out. Well, obviously that's going to cover through the rest of the playoffs. But again, Sharp Stack's covering all the sports. So you're grinding NBA like Slop is, hockey bets, college football still, the playoffs and props and all that stuff. All that stuff's going on, obviously covering all the sports. So, all right, Slop, I'm going to give you the floor first. I know Connor just has one. We're going to go in shared on that. But I know you got a couple of bangers in some of the games that matter for us. So floor is yours. Week 18.
All right, we can start with – hang on, I'm going to get you the exact price right now. I got it up in the background. Pat Freiermuth. His 4 receptions looks like plus 118 at DraftKings. I got to be honest with you guys. There is no chance this dude catches fewer than 4 balls. Like, they need him. Like, there's no Darnell. Somehow his big ass got hurt. I have no idea how you hurt a big guy like that, but he's hurt, so he's not going to play. Jonnu Smith, I don't know if they trust him at all, because I don't know if you saw that on Twitter, the play where he didn't know the play call.
Yeah.
So he just took off in motion, and you hear Rodgers like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, that is hilarious. There's no chance that guy's gonna there's no way, because he doesn't even know the plays. So he's out. That just leaves Freiermuth. I mean, no DK. And I know the haters are going to be like, all right, well, the Ravens were good against the tight end this season. Kind of. All right, they gave up 738 yards. They gave up 78 receptions to tight end this year. But that was partly because they were so bad against receivers. They were the 3rd worst team in the NFL in terms of production from opposing receivers. I think they gave up like 2,700 yards. Well, here, the joke's on them, though, because the Steelers don't have receivers. So they can't even use receivers. They can't. The only guy they can get them with is Freiermuth. 4 catches feels like almost nothing. You saw what Hunter Henry did to these guys. He only got 35 yards, but he caught 6 balls. That was just a couple weeks ago. I expect the same kind of thing here. And last week, you can't even count the Packers because they got a running back playing quarterback. So they couldn't throw the ball. So, I mean, this is so easy. It's not even funny. I really feel like this is a first half number. So if you're looking to go to bed early or something like that, this is the perfect play for you because you're not going to have to watch much of this game. It's just going to be done.
Yeah, I'm going to get back in on. I thought this might be on your card, especially with the Washington injury, especially with the
no more Darnell
receivers, as you mentioned too. I was stunned that they didn't get more Gainwell involved last week. He finally has kind of an off week in the week they desperately need him in a great matchup. It's so weird. Yeah, I don't know. No hat. Do you need me to have a hat on? But I can grab a hat. Did
you dye your hair? That's a funny question. I don't know. Is he saying that
I've never dyed my hair. This is all natural.
That's really good, bro. The top of my head just would not look like that. At all. It would look just like this. I'd be kind of like Mr. Belding a little bit. I think if I grew out the sides.
Only dye my hair once. I am of a different generation. There was a time where it's like, what if we frost these tips?
You bleached it, didn't you? Yeah.
I didn't go full bleach. I didn't go full bleach, but I was like, let's just let's wash a little bit of this in.
Bro.
Nah, dude,
yeah,
it's tough.
It's tough. I did
I'm too pale. I'm too pale
but when
for
it grows back out, it looks legit because the tips are it was all right, look at this.
Yeah.
What a psychopath.
Wasn't great
though.
The late 90s were a tough time. There's a
lot of ecstasy.
A lot of ecstasy.
Yeah, a lot of ecstasy.
Yeah.
A lot of ecstasy.
It was just everywhere you went, dude. That's just what was there. So
early 2000s.
Ecstasy and frosted tips. I mean, what more could you want?
Yep.
Those are different phases for me, but they both I ran through them both.
Yeah, all the phases all had ecstasy and bleach blonde hair like white guys in it.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sorry, Jason. I could toss one on for you. Yeah.
All right, we're back.
You know what, dude? Fuck it. Let's go.
Oh, let's go. Puka shell necklace.
This is also something that I definitely did have.
Get a tribal band tattoo around your arm.
Skip that, but I got a bunch of friends that got that. Yeah.
A lot of guys had that, and you're like, buddy, like, I mean, everybody has that. Like,
Yeah.
they were
it's
like
tough.
switch it up and get like barbed wire instead. You're like, dude, it looks the same, dude.
Yeah. This is tough right here. Patrick went double. When you went visor
my
to
God.
show the frosted tips.
Yeah. Yep, pooped him out.
He's not
My
alone.
buddy has one now that it's fake hair. So he just puts the
Oh,
mic,
yeah.
and it looks hilarious. It kind of looks real from a distance. You're like, wait, did he just? And you're like, oh, dude, he got me again. It's the same visor. It's the same guy, but it still works. Maybe it was all that ecstasy in the 90s.
Yeah, it's fair. Anyway, Gainwell, I think, is a good play. I like the tight ends. Disaster of a situation. So I'm with Slop on the Muth there. The meth. Different than ecstasy, but dangerous. Connor, any thoughts on drugs or the Pittsburgh passing game?
Drugs good, Pittsburgh passing game not good, but I do like
tough.
this play. If you look early in the season too, they were much more susceptible. Maybe it was due to injuries. Like guys were routinely getting 4+ catches against them. And then I think a lot of this stuff, like I think a lot of like defense versus position stuff is like pretty schedule driven. Like, I mean, they just played a bunch of nobodies for a while. So like, you know, I don't really think that like it's very rare. Like I think the Niners with Fred Warner are legit good at defending tight ends because they have Fred Warner. And like there's like logical reasoning behind it. Or like certain schemes sometimes can matter. I just like don't think like generally it matters that much if it's like
I'm with you.
for the most part. Like anytime I have like a defense versus position play, I always check with Noonan and I'm like, hey, is this because they're actually good or they play scheme or is this just variance? And half the time, maybe 75% of the time, it's like, oh no, this guy's injured or something, or you know, something along that front.
Teams a lot of times they just go a different direction because they pick where they want to throw the ball. So I mean, if you're getting burned on the ground or with receivers, then the tight ends like don't do much. But it's not because they were good at it; it's because they suck somewhere else.
Yeah, that's fair.
You're getting a lot of love here in the comments here. This is good.
Oh no, the Sauce King needs my hair.
Looking fire, dude. I need your hair. Shit, this is
dude, I need your hair.
2026 version of the Three Amigos. So yeah, it's Migos. This is great.
I should let it fly because I think I do have. I mean, the bar is pretty low. No offense, gentlemen, but I do have the best.
Very
best
hair
voice in
on
the
there,
crew.
yeah. Pretty fly for a white guy.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's this I think the one thing with like player position versus that kind of that matchup stuff too is I don't know, we see like common threads throughout for years. Like we typically see like Tampa Bay's been bad against running backs and tight ends for like a couple of years. So there's definitely something schematically there. They're also a pretty stout interior defensive line. So you skew away from running the ball there. Teams skew pass heavy. Like we've seen that for years with Todd Bowles. That feels a little bit more sticky to me. When you see some of these like lines kind of trail through and it's not just kind of a 1 year sample, which can be 1,000%, derived from who you played, then I will lean on it a little bit more. And then anytime at the tails, at this point, we have a 16 game sample of good or bad versus a position that helps a little bit versus us having a small sample where you kind of get lost is in, the middle where that could very much be dependent on how the team decided to attack. Look at Gunnar Helm, the ball just finds him, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's nothing anyone can do about that.
That's going to skew all your Titans numbers, right? Because the ball finds him.
Just finds him.
It's not his fault.
And nobody else. Remember the Falcons back in the day? Like, not that long, probably 10 years ago, maybe. So it kind of was a while. But like they were routinely the worst at covering running backs out of the backfield, receiving game. You know what I mean? Like they were literally the number one team every year. It was 100+ receptions to running backs. That was just the way they played.
Yep, they're bad. Tampa's there too. They got some linebackers that aren't great at covering. That's how you got to get the double tap there of running backs and tight ends. So, all right, I like it, Slop. I like it. What are you gonna do? Jam, fades and go routes to Scotty Miller and MVS again? I mean, they might.
They might. I got moved right there, though. Here you go, buddy. Take this reception. He's gonna get one right near the line of scrimmage. Watch that just goes nowhere, and just there's your reset. There's one. You know what I mean? Like I think there's gonna be maybe two. That would be amazing.
I mean, they gave the ball to Jonnu a bunch, even though he was barely out there. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, he doesn't even know the plays.
They just had him lined up in the backfield.
Ball just finds him. Like he's the guy the ball just finds. So there's no way they meant to do that. It says he just ran a route that wasn't really there, and it's like, all right, well, you know what? He's open.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. First one for me. I'm going to go with the first game of the weekend. We'll try to get into the windows. Slop got us into the late window. Right now, we don't have a lot in like the main Sunday window, but we got a couple of windows on Saturday. I'm going to start there. Bucks corner, Jamal Dean. Awesome. Top graded corner on PFF this season. He's got the second best EPA allowed mark in the league. He's allowed the second lowest catch rate among all defensive backs who have at least 50 targets on the season. He's out. That's a problem. I'm going to go Ted McMillan over 58.5 receiving yards. This is minus 114 on FanDuel. Is widely available 58.5, 60.5, depending on the book. We've had Jamal Dean miss 2 games this season. He's left in the first quarter in 2 other games. Massive on-off splits. Completion percentage spikes by about 4%. Yards per drop back goes from 6.2 to 7.7 with him off the field. I hate having anything tied to Bryce Young because I think he is a CFL quarterback. It's just not a good quarterback. But no one else except Tet, I think, gets jammed with the ball here. So I think we get to 60. We got a little bit of offensive rookie of the year stuff to wet the whistle there too. So I think 50.5 is a pretty low bar here. We got caught 6 of 10 for like 70 something in the matchup last time. That was with Jamal Dean. Jamal Dean's good. He's out. That matters. Connor, any thoughts on Ted McMillan?
Yeah, they also skewed pass heavy last time against the Bucks. They had 38 dropbacks, I believe.
Teams do.
Yeah, as teams go pass heavy against the Bucks. So 38 dropbacks and just 15 runs. So I played a different variation of this earlier with a rushing under on the Panthers, but I think that this makes a ton of sense. I was looking at this. I think Coker had a decent game last time too. Also, Tommy Tremble's props at 16.5 yards. If you're into that kind of thing, Jatavian Sanders is out. I think all of those are somewhat viable. Like if Bryce throws it 30 plus times, I would be surprised if Tet does not go for 60 plus here.
Yeah. I like it. Slap any Tet thoughts or first window thoughts?
I need Tet to go 100 plus receiving yards for my
nice.
all year.
Okay.
Pool. He needed 2+, but he had 2. You know what I'm saying? So I think he had 99 in one game too, which is bullshit, but whatever. That's a different story for a different day. But so 100 out of him would be great.
Well, we could probably add that to the parlay.
Yeah, it would actually cash it because otherwise it's going to push. So I mean, it's not that bad, but you know what I'm saying. You don't. Nobody wants to push. You don't.
Who
put
plays
a
for the
bet
push? No one plays
No,
for the push.
no.
what are we doing?
You play to win.
So yeah.
Yeah, we got Tet's minus 130 or so for offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, I don't know. I'm personally just holding out hope. I got a little bit of Tyler Shuck that I feel pretty good about, but Tet's probably a decent look. For me, I'd rather just play this, I guess. He would need to do this, and you're paying less juice for him to get 60 yards, so.
A couple big plays out of that guy in a nationally televised game is going to go a long way for that award.
Rain, slop nose, Connor and I, not big weather guys. It's got to be like torrential downpours, and I need a bunch of wind to really start to move off of anything. It rains in Tampa sporadically all the time, as Slop can tell you about. It's just not anything that I'm tying massively into the handicap. I don't know if you have anything to add there, Connor.
The latest from Kevin Roth is that there are rain showers around, trying to pinpoint if they will end up over the stadium or just near the stadium. It's going to be difficult until right before kickoff to know. For now, I will just broadly say there's a decent chance of some rain. So for me, that's not even really close to the threshold. there could be no rain. There needs to be a lot of rain, in my opinion. Now, both these passing games have been so bad that, I mean, there's a reason that the numbers are the way they are, but I think your matchup analysis still sticks there. So,
yeah, and it's really a huge piece of it. I mean, if not almost all of it is Jamal Dean is really good. He's out. And, Benjamin Morrison, rookie from Notre Dame, is going to be starting. And the other side, it's even worse. Ian McCollum's been really bad this season. Jacob Parrish in the slot is given up a huge target rate. You'll see Tet for 8 to 12 slot snaps in the spot. There's just a lot of ways for him to win without Jamal Dean on the field, and that's the handicap. So, all right, Connor, you want to go with yours? We're in this together.
Let's do it.
Little shared play, and again, we're back into one of the games that matters, and back into the late window.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Lamar, or we're going to go with Lamar Jackson over 25.5 rushing yards. You sent me a message yesterday, and you're like, "This is crazy to see a Lamar line at 25.5." And I was like, "Yeah, but he hasn't been running much. He's kind of been injured, and I was like, well, let's just take a wait and see." And then yesterday, Todd Monken was like, "Yeah, this is the most healthy that he's been maybe all season or in a while, basically." It's because they were like, "How confident will you be able to be able to use his whole toolbox?" Because they've been doing less designed runs. He's been scrambling as much previously. He had a full week of practice, I believe, at full go. So it wasn't limited at all. This line is set like he broke his leg. He's got a boo-boo on his back. I think he'll be just fine. Again, not my very unscientific analysis there, but, kind of looking at what they're saying here, he can easily get this in scrambles. He got 26 yards on 2 scrambles two games ago. If they do any designed runs here, he's going to go way, way over this in a must-win game, playoff type of scenario. I'm not saying that this is this just feels like one of those opportunities where the market could be dramatically wrong, really, really wrong. Because his normal lines, last season in these types of games are high 50s.
Yeah.
And so he had 7 for 43 against the Steelers earlier this season. I don't know. I played some alts personally. I played 40 plus is 2-1. Again, if he wasn't injured, his line would be 45.5, 47.5, even in a season where he hasn't been running as much. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a fish for buying the dip here, or they're just going to jam Henry a bunch, which I think is all possible. But this is still one of those things that you can be in the fourth quarter and they could have 3 runs for 10 yards and then just bust a 20-yarder and we still win.
Yeah. And the fact that they leaned so heavily last week on Derrick Henry, that read option becomes even more valuable, right? Lamar hasn't been running. They just gave the ball 36 times to Derrick Henry, who's been, crushing again and had another December year where he just went crazy at the end of the year. So I don't know, just those linebackers, second slow, diving in on the Henry stuff. It doesn't take much for Lamar. So he can continue to not run a ton. To Connor's point, 25.5 is such a low bar for a guy who's still he's not suddenly not dynamic and fast. I don't know.
You also got to believe that they are going to shoot him up with every kind of drug. We're back to drugs again.
Ecstasy. They can give him,
literally everything. Also, there was a lot of people in the last week and a half or so, talking mad shit about Lamar. They're
correct. And he's
study. He doesn't give a shit about football. He comes to practice unprepared. There was I don't even know, a hit piece worth of stuff on Lamar in the last week and a half. There's a lot of shit that could happen here.
From the Baltimore media, which is really pro Lamar. Obviously, he's multiple time MVP. You just don't get that stuff very much from him. So he's read those headlines, and this is a spot where their season continues on in a wide open AFC if they make it. So to Connor's point, we give him a little bit of ecstasy. Make sure he's ready to go. He should be cooking the spot. So yeah, alts for sure. 30 plus is again so far off from where we would typically see his line, and you're going to get plus in front of that. So I know I can catch Slop's interest with a plus in front of a Lamar line.
Yeah, no, I don't mind him at all. Monken could be full of shit too, but totally. At the same time, you're not really taking this big risk. 25 yards for Lamar Jackson is kind of crazy. Then you throw in must win, everything with Henry last week. I don't know. I would say start looking at 30 plus. Somebody said something about 40 plus.
Yeah, 40 plus is plus 230 or something like that.
That's not crazy. I don't know. That's not nuts. So yeah, I feel like if you want to be safe, you could just the 25 plus that's fine. You know what I mean? You got good action. It's the last day of our last game of the day, last game of the week, really. There's no Monday. So you gotta have something. So what better thing to have than a Lamar ticket?
Yeah, sounds like you got a little SGP built out. We got a little Muth, little Lamar. Good, good start. It's nice.
Is TJ Watt playing?
Looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it looks like he's in
about it. Yeah.
He is going to play. Okay. So that's not great, but at the same time, you just go to the other side.
I don't know if it matters. I mean, how much? I mean, do you think it matters much? It might. I mean, there's always the counter argument of like maybe it like flushes him from the pocket more, so that maybe he's forced to scramble more.
Run. Yeah.
I don't know what the actual truth is there, to be honest. I think someone do a study on that? I know there was talk about it, I don't know, but of
I know
like what matters more, like pressure versus like.
For me, it's
pocket,
noise.
you know? I don't know.
For me, that's just noise. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's more of a, I'd like it if Watt wasn't out there. Like, that'd be better. But at the same time, does it matter? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, you can get, scramble per drop back metrics now. We can get scramble per pressure. Those things I think do matter. When I'm wanting to bet on a running quarterback, I'd rather have the opposing defense have some dogs and get some pressure, because it just raises a scramble for. I'd rather have more outs than just design runs. So I would understand why someone would have some reluctance on, like, if you didn't think Lamar was healthy. This is not like a rushing attempts play. What I don't see Lamar doing here is running like 6 times for 20 yards, right? Like if he's not going to run a lot, he could still get over this number. So
what if he runs it like 12 plus times?
I mean,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
All the way up, dude. Like Lamar 100 plus. What are we talking here?
They'll never see that coming. Like nobody will ever see that coming. It'd be the second half before they realize, like, oh shit, maybe he's not hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, I've bet unders on guys who like have like broken, like there was some stuff last year that like Trevor Lawrence had like a broken ankle or something like something crazy that wasn't really being reported and like came out later that he was true, and he still ran for like 20 yards. And I lost my under because he was just like, I don't know, they just shoot him up with enough drugs and they get enough adrenaline pumping their body, they can do anything. Yeah.
Some
like,
X, throw it up.
X, yeah, ecstasy.
Give him the X.
We're building the ecstasy parlay right now. That's what's going on.
I like the ecstasy parlay. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, so many things to say. I'm gonna not say.
Yeah, I don't want to incriminate yourself. Your kids are gonna watch this one day.
That's probably true.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. He can, a big, I don't know, 40, 50 yard run, and all of a sudden, 33-1 on DK for him to go for 100 from my guy Tim. So,
yeah, I might just go all the way up, honestly, and just ride with it.
See what happens.
It'd be fun. I mean, it's a fun sweat too. Like, he's always a threat to run, or it won't be a fun sweat, but we'll see what happens. We'll see.
I
feel good about not on crutches, and you're like, wait a minute.
No, he's reading the news clippings here, so I think that helps. All right, Slop, what do you got? Second one for you.
All right, so the Saturday night game with the 49ers and Seahawks, it's Brock Purdy, and it's 2+ touchdowns. That's minus 114 at Novig right now. Do you know what it is at Pinnacle? Take a guess.
Over 1.5 touchdowns.
I don't know.
Passing touchdowns.
Minus 130, something like that?
Minus 142.
Wow. Some good value right there.
You're beating, the sharpest book on the planet. But I mean, the limits aren't really big, 500. But if you look across the other books, Caesars minus 143, DraftKings minus 145, FanDuel minus 138. It makes sense for a price, obviously, but at the same time, fundamentally, this just feels right. I mean, Seattle's run defense, very good. I would say best in the league, or at least top 5. And I don't think they're running it in. But I do think if Seattle's defense does have, a kink in the armor, it's tight ends and running backs in the pass game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've heard of George Kittle. Pretty good. Christian McCaffrey, pretty good. So I feel like the Niners are going to be able to move the ball. I think their defense sucks with no Bosa and Warner. I mean, that just changes everything for them. So Seattle should be able to score on them. So I don't know if it's a situation where, they get up by too much and you're not going to get another chance at a touchdown. I think that this is going to go on for the whole game. And at the end of the day, minus, 114 for 2 passing touchdowns out of a guy who's done this in each of the last 3 weeks. One game he threw 5, another game he threw 3. You know, so I mean, like, it's not just barely happening. This guy is lighting people up, and you only need 2 against, like I said, the Seahawks, who they've only given up 20 passing touchdowns on the season. But dude, you go back and look and see some of the guys they played. So that's part of it. So this just feels easy, man.
Penix, Murray, Kyler Murray, you know, the Spencer, they let up 3. I mean, it's a lot of different people there. It's crazy.
Yeah, just not great guys. You know what I mean? Like, what if they had to play? Purdy got him twice already.
Yeah, he did. Week 1. Yeah, week 1.
I think there's literally going back to from the beginning of the season, every game he's played, he's thrown at least 1 touchdown in all of them. He threw only 1 in 2 of them. So he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. 6 of them 2+ touchdowns.
Yeah, I don't hate like 242 for his passing yards too. Like, I don't know. I think it's a good play. I mean, Seattle's awesome, right? It's not a Seattle defense handicap necessarily. It's like, I guess you can make the case for strength of schedule. There's some pass there as you did, but yeah, I mean, look, a ton of yak on that roster. You can move the ball, great quarterback, or great play caller, gets him in the red zone, get more opportunities. I like it. It's a good price there too. So yeah, I'm in on some of the Purdy stuff. I can get down on that. Hey, he's going to rush a bunch too, probably. He's got a couple. It's good for a couple scrambles. Yeah.
Am I seeing this right?
Purdy.
Did they play Max Brosmer?
Yeah, Brosmer.
Yeah, him too. Bryce Young. Like, look at these names. Phil. They played Phil.
They shut out Brosmer, so that doesn't count because they didn't score. So
yeah,
but
but
no,
no,
credit for playing him.
That's who they played, though.
Yes, correct.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about these great quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, Philip Rivers. I mean, it's
Phil's
been
the
a while.
goat, dude. Phil's the goat.
I know, but like, are we like? Does that count? You know what I mean? Is they shut down a 45-year-old man who hasn't played in 5 years? You know, okay, well that's cool. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it'd be kind of weird if they didn't. But I mean, Cam Ward's on there. I mean, really, he's, you know what I'm saying? He's good.
Yeah,
I think we're good. I think this is just a solid move.
Yeah, I like it. All right, covering windows too. We're covering windows. You're like,
Gotta cover the windows.
All the windows covered. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, there's really only 2?
3. Yeah. 2, 3. Yeah.
Oh, we got 5 windows. What are you talking
I know.
about?
I just count
windows.
days.
3 that matter though.
Yeah,
right?
It's just one long day. It's just one big window on Sunday for me. You know?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It's a bay window.
Yeah, it's a giant window, and then just like a little baby one on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. All right.
I'm gonna go back my last play here into the early Saturday window. I bet this early. I thought it was gone, but it came back to us a little bit. So, not super exciting click. Sorry. But I like over 3.5 receptions for Chris Godwin. We're coming off of 7 for 108 last week. He caught like a 59-yarder, so don't worry about the yards. He's basically running tight end routes here. He's got like 3 of his last 4 games with an average depth of target less than 5. Because Cade Otton's not doing anything. So this is like their dump off is just little hitch routes to Chris Godwin in the slot. Carolina's been awful against the slot all year. So again, just it's not. I wouldn't do anything on the yards here, but the slot corner for Carolina has given up almost an 84% catch rate on the season. His catch rate over expectation is one of the highest in the league. We have 4 straight games of Godwin going over this mark. So again, not going to do a bunch, but probably catches and falls down, at least 4 times for 30 something yards, and it's pretty unsexy. But again, Cade Otton's not doing anything. Pass catching backs aren't doing anything there in Tampa Bay. It's kind of Godwin. So again, low ADOT too. It's not like he's got to win vertically. That's going to be all the other guys on the team. Godwin's just going to turn it around, catch it, fall down for us at least 4 times. So Connor, any thoughts there?
I like it. It's one of those where I think Godwin too. Like we knew he was going to come on slow, right? Like they talked about it because they were bringing back from injury. Like they knew that he was going to play. Like just not really be much of a factor early. This is basically a playoff game for them. Well, because they need to win and they need whatever the Falcons to lose, I believe at this point. So they're going to be playing for their playoff lives. I was shocked how often they ran the ball last time. Also thought Mike Evans kind of got locked up despite like a good on paper matchup. I felt like with some of the schematic stuff last time around.
Yeah.
But he didn't look that good. I think they might go other directions here, this time around. So yeah, I mean, he had what 5 a couple weeks ago against them. So I don't mind that there at all.
Yeah. 7 last week against Miami. Another spot where, you can attack the slot because they were missing Micah. So Slop, anything on Godwin?
I like him. I wish he would not have been getting hurt all those years. He was filthy. And it's just like, I mean, it's like horrific injuries too. It's not even like, just here and there, little, soft muscle stuff. It was literally just tears an ACL.
Yeah. Broken leg. Pats tried to give him the bag in the offseason. They tried, and he took less money and went back to Tampa, and the Patriots pivoted to Steph Diggs. That worked out.
Yeah, that worked out well for them. He's having a pretty good week, Diggs.
Better to be lucky than good, I guess.
Say it.
I guess in your instance, you're both, but
it's fair. It's great when those both converge.
I don't know what it is about the Patriots. Just have like a corporate organizational I don't know, just like inability to acquire wide receivers who are like meaningful in any capacity outside of. I mean, Stephon Diggs now, he's been playing well, but off season, ripping pick cocaine with Cardi, getting her pregnant, beating the shit out of his private chef.
Allegedly.
Yeah, of course, allegedly.
Isn't he going to prison? I just read the headlines, so I'm not really sure what exactly happened, but it looked bad.
What? I don't. He's not going to prison. Also, from my understanding, basically, is he basically did it, but no one else saw him do it besides his family, and they're all just back in Diggs. So, I mean, he said, she said, that's not going to win anything. So, yeah, stand-up guy, exactly, Tim. Great.
We're all the moral police now. He's the only asshole in the league. Steph Diggs. He put on the red, white, and blue, and he's a real jerk.
He is. I mean, he was an asshole forever. But I mean, the Patriots are so desperate for any talent on wide receiver. They were willing to give a guy who literally still is barely playing in Chris Godwin. I mean, he's playing full now, but
true.
3/4 of a season. They offered him 3 years, 70 mil or something like that. It was crazy. It was a lot.
Good for Godwin for turning it down. Do the right thing.
It was 100 mil. Ridiculous.
Yeah, you can go uncorrelated, Jason. What do you got? Over 4.5, under 33.5. Yeah. I mean, look, he had 108 last week. It was a 59-yard reception. So he caught 6 balls for, 50 yards, which is, impressive and kind of hard to do. Again, Miami's also a terrible matchup. That's the problem, is that, this Shao Smith-Wade kid for Carolina has been really bad in the slot. So, Godwin should be able to make him miss once, and still get a decent run after the catch at least one time. So, but I do think he's heavily involved. I think we see, again, with a high catch rate, 5-6 targets, what do you do? So,
do we Slop? Do you have any more? Or no, I don't have any more. We're done, right? I think
I got nothing.
All right, so we need to add one more play here to get it good for our parlay. I got Lamar 40 yards, Freiermuth 5 receptions, Tet 90. We only had to go 90. I'm sticking in the 2 to 1 ish range here. Godwin 5 receptions, and then I did Purdy 3 passing touchdowns. We need to add one more thing. Any thoughts?
I got an alpha play. Can't imagine you guys have a problem with this. I don't know how we want to do it. Kind of a low key. Injury news that we got about an hour ago. Saints not starting either of their starting interior defensive linemen. Nathan Shepard, Brian Brzee, both out. They play, a healthy amount of snaps. They've both been pretty good this year. Bijan, it's 83, 82.5 rushing yards. I don't know if you want to go total yards, but I think it's a really good Bijan spot. I imagine he handles his normal workload here. His coach is probably getting canned. He's got I don't know, it's a pretty big number, I think, like total yards for his whatever the milestone is. I don't know if that's on your list, Connor, but like I could see them just trying to feed Bijan to finish nicely.
It's like 225 yards or like combined he needs, which is
It's a lot.
I mean, that's just too much. So I put it in like the maybe category. I sent you like a spreadsheet of all the different ones, and I like yes, no, maybe. Like I'm definitely not going to say no. Like if he gets close, I think he's they'll for sure jam him until he gets there. But like he's got to probably break like 260, 70 yarders at least to probably be within striking distance.
Yeah. So like the total yards number is like 120 and change, but 80 something rushing yards.
Yeah, 82. Yeah, I there's no alts on that, but we could add 82 to the parlay. I don't mind that. We had a couple of people mention the Caleb Williams stuff.
Yeah.
My read on that was a little bit tough because like they talked about it earlier in the week in the presser with Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was basically like, yeah, I don't really care. Like it's just an arbitrary number. Like we're gonna win. And then which is kind of what I would expect from Ben Johnson. And then like one of the reporters is like, no, this is like a big deal in Chicago. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer, and he's like 270 yards away. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess that's kind of interesting, you know, like whatever. Like that was basically it, though. I don't really think he cares. Now he still could get there, but I just don't think that the incentive is like a massive deal here. I don't know. Maybe you guys have other thoughts.
Yeah.
I think he's being coy.
You think he's being coy?
Yeah.
Do you think he just lets it rip?
He knows what that is. Like the Bears, they've never had a quarterback, like ever. Like so, I mean, for this number, I don't know. I think, and it doesn't hurt the team to have him do that. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going to go out of their way for like we're going to throw the ball. Like yeah, that's what they're going to do anyway. So I don't know. I think if he gets kind of close, they make sure it happens, type thing.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of that actually matters a lot too, right? So like if a player is close, like I think that teams just start like they kind of come into the game with the game plan, and then they just like, all right, okay, we'll get him there. You know, like they're paying attention then. But like if he's not close, like if he has like 120 yards in the, I don't know, like mid third quarter, like I can't imagine that if they're up like 2 scores, they decide, oh, actually we're just going to throw the ball 25 more times to try and get in there. Maybe they will. I don't know. I don't think that that's like, I think they'd rather their team be healthy and just like get out of there, you know?
Well, no, I mean, that's first and foremost. Like they definitely want to get healthy, but I mean, like every play you run, no matter what you do, throw or pass, that somebody could get hurt. So I mean, it's not really like, I don't know. I think that they know they want these more than they don't, like more than they say, like which still might not be that much, but just like. Well, they're aware of it. They know, like, and they know it's a big deal to these players, and I don't know. I don't care doesn't fly. Like I think they do know, and they do kind of care.
Yeah, yeah. There's no alts. 236 is the only thing we got. So there's no, because he needs like 275, something like that.
All right, so
236.
236. I mean, I don't know. Is Burden playing?
Yes.
Yeah. And maybe Roman's playing.
I mean, that's even better. Yeah. Drew the Burden's disgusting. Like he's good. He's good.
Colson Loveland's also very good.
They're turning into a thing.
Yeah. I mean,
is Detroit playing everybody?
Yeah, Dan Campbell does not have. First of all, they don't have the option to bench guys defensively because they can't make up a full team.
Yeah, but you want them offensively to be.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Cooking, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want that. We're up 2 scores or 3 scores, and like you want them to like want to try. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah, that's the struggle too, and that's why I think is reflected a little bit in Caleb's attempts line, because attempts number is like 31.5, which feels way too low.
Mm-hmm.
But there is also the scenario where like they see what's going on with Philly and the Commanders, and you could, depending on what the score is, have Tyson Bagent come in and get some mop-up duty. And that's why I think the yards is the better play if you wanted to do pro Caleb stuff, because he can still get there with one of these young guys. Just
what's the exact scenario? Like they could lose and they're fine?
Who?
They lose and they're fine only if the Commanders beat the Eagles. So they need to win to get the 2 seed.
They have to win to get the 2 seed.
They don't have to win. They could lose if also the Commanders beat the Eagles. Now the Eagles obviously aren't playing their guys because they want the 7 seed, right? They want to play. Yeah. They want to be the 2 seed. You want to play Green Bay, I think, right now.
Yeah.
versus playing, whatever the NFC West team that they could catch. So they want to win. They want to win the game. Because I think the Eagles can go beat the Commanders with Tanner McKee and their backups. Like,
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
so
I mean, the Commanders are starting Josh Johnson. It's
Correct.
Yeah. Now the Commanders are backups.
yeah, right.
correct.
So they're good.
Yeah, and Amon-Ra is going to play apparently. Like, he's questionable, but I saw Dan Campbell say that like
He plays through everything.
he's good. He's going to play. Yeah, and he's a dog too. So yeah, I think we got pushback from Detroit. Right, the market, the line's telling us that they're expecting Detroit to compete. Right,
Yeah.
so was it 3-point line or 2.5 or whatever it is? So
That's all I care about is that the Lions compete. If that happens, 236 feels pretty
Low. Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, there was some stuff after that week 2 game where the media was like, Ben Johnson didn't take the bait, but they were up like 30 or whatever. In Detroit, they had the ball inside the 10 with like minutes to go, and they went for it, and they got the touchdown late. Felt like they were running it up a little bit, and like the media asked about it, like, "Hey, were you offended that they didn't kick a field goal there?" And Ben Johnson's like, "They don't really kick field goals. I understand, but it felt like, damn, that was kind of cold." So I don't think Ben Johnson's going to waste an opportunity. Obviously, he doesn't want to like put his guys in jeopardy of getting injured because they have bigger goals at this point. But I also think that like in the natural flow, they're going to let Caleb rip. So I kind of
He's playing
like
better.
it.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So don't hate it there. So yeah, I'm pro Bijan stuff. I'm pro Caleb stuff. I think they're good additions.
All right. Well, we're at 12 to win 10K. I think that's great. Added Bijan and Caleb, just their regular lines in there, and we're good to go.
Nice. Yeah, I see
you
some
got
people
the-
dropping some stuff too, like in the chat. Like some of these lines aren't posted yet. So like, yeah, theoretically, we could talk about some of these, the Tank Bigsby's of the world, or Krosky Merritt, Malik Davis.
Malik's
yeah.
out, by the way. He just got ruled out. Him and Javante both got ruled out.
There you go.
So I think Dak, that's another interesting one with like the Dak Giants stuff. Dak chasing like kind of the league record here. I think that they probably just let him play, to be honest. At least most of the game.
Yeah. What do you run through some of your incentive stuff?
Yeah, so I'll run through the ones that I think matter and then we can touch on some of the ones we don't matter. And these are ones that I think could matter. So like I'll stop after each one. Interested to hear you guys' thoughts, and feel free to comment as well what you guys think. But so the first one is, and this is like the most straightforward one probably, but I have like a counter argument against it, is Tony Pollard needs 66 rushing yards for $250,000. His current line is 67.5. So books have lined it appropriately here. I think that there's a problem with blindly betting this, which is that the Jags run defense has been awesome all year. Number 1 in rushing success rate allowed, and are in a must-win spot. Like the Jags are playing for not their season, but like this is a big deal for them. Also, the Titans are somewhat incentivized to get Cam Ward. 222 passing yards would be the most for a rookie quarterback in their organization ever. So it's like, and he's been playing pretty well. So I think this is another example of like, yeah, if he's at like 55 yards and there's like a couple minutes left, he probably gets the carries over Spears, something like that. But last time, I mean, they just didn't run the ball that much because they didn't have, they were trying to win. So I don't know. Like, I think the line is accounted for it. It was basically my point here. It seems like, so that's kind of my pushback here. Any Pollard thoughts here on this one? Like, this is the most straightforward one of the week, I think.
I'm out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I kind of think so too.
you had, I'm trying to think what it was last week. They had something with Pollard, but I mean, he's been running well, but it was, I think the 49ers was his last, like, was that the last week or was that the week before?
Week before.
Yeah, I had, but like it's great, but like he's playing teams like that. Like you're not, this is the Jaguars. It's a different animal. They have a really good run defense. Like they could get ahead too, and just it would be out of like, why would we run the ball type of
Right.
stuff, you know what I mean? Like where this game scripted out of the game. Like the Titans are not good.
No, full pedal to the metal here. Like the Jags, I
They have
expect
to win the
Jags
division.
for like
They have to win
40.
the division. Yeah.
So
I would be more interested in Cam Ward.
I played Cam Ward. It was a couple off markets softies, so I took as much as I can on both of them. They had like 32.5 was his attempt number. That had already moved to 35.5 in some other spots. So I thought 32.5 was a little off market. I don't love 35.5, but yeah, I think they drop back. I think his yardage is like 190, 1.5, or something
190.
like that.
You play a 225 alt, something like that. I don't think that's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. Another one that's kind of tough. So Dawson Knox has 3 potential incentives: 7 receiving yards for 100K, a touchdown for 100K, and then 6 receptions for 100K. The problem here is the Buffalo. We don't really know what they're going to do with their starters. They can only really like change their seating. They're locked into a wild card spot. So I don't know if or how long they're going to play their starters. I have another one about Buffalo too that we can talk about in a second here, which is the rushing title race between James Cook and Jonathan Taylor. Both coaches have been made aware, like very aware of it. They said that they're aware of it. They've said that they want to get their guys this. James Cook plays at 4:00. He's 40 something yards ahead of Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor and the Colts have like nothing to play for. They're starting Riley Leonard. Like I think they're probably going to get a lead there. So it's a question of like, what do the Bills do here? Because like Dawson Knox is obviously significantly less important for the Bills than James Cook, but he's still like a starting tight end for them. Like I think like from a football guy perspective, he's still like a valuable piece of their team.
Yeah.
I think anytime touchdown might be playable. 7 receiving yards, obviously his props can be more than that.
I think the
6
over-
receptions seems too much though, right?
Too much. It's going to be Mitch. I don't think it's been announced, but I don't think.
You don't think
Well,
Josh?
I don't think he's 100%, right? Dealing with that ankle and some stuff. Like they really don't. I mean, I don't think they have much to play for with him messing around. Like just, I don't know. If you want to get him a snap, maybe he plays the first quarter, but I think you're seeing Trubisky almost the entirety of the game. Yeah, I agree, Patrick, in the chat. Now, how do we kind of handle that with James Cook? That's tough. Plus, they're going to know the answer, right? Because to your point, Taylor's in the earlier window.
So my way to play it, and I actually started typing this out and then deleted it because I don't want people to know this. And so this is actually probably one of my favorite spots of the week. Or at least I didn't want the Twitter people to know it. Watch the show or get in our Discord. We can talk about this. So I think that, I hope that they post lines for both players before the game. There's a chance that they don't, right? Like I think there's a chance they don't. If they post lines for both before the game, I think the Taylor like carries over could be a good look. So then we don't have to worry about the yards. And then also I think if he gets a little bit over James Cook, like 20, 30, 40 yards, maybe they might run Cook to get it. Like, I think that would be it, but then bench him. So like, depending on what the over-under is at, if it's like, in my opinion, it'll probably just be too high. Like it'll probably be like 5 to 10 yards past what they need. And so an under there, I think could be really interesting. Cause like, as soon as he gets it, I think he's going to be benched basically. So, but like this is going to change a lot. Like if he's like 35 yards over, like that over-under should be different than if he's 75 yards, over. So like watching that up to that window of games, I think is really important. So that's like kind of like a live-ish, like pregame look there on Sunday. You just got to be paying attention to, or books just might not expose themselves. But I bet one of the pick'em sites will drop some shit and they'll post something.
I like that. I like that a lot.
See,
basically, you just want to be watching it during that Colts game. You know what I mean? And be paying close attention to what they're doing with him.
Like if Jonathan Taylor rips like a big run, like mid Colts game, like you should be betting on the Bills game in some capacity, one way or another.
Yeah, exactly. So like now, once it goes over a certain number, you know what I mean? Like now it's like, all right, cool. Like I can just take this over, or to your point, the under. Do. But
right.
I'm looking for Taylor to have a big-ish game. I would love that. That would be best case scenario. But at the same time, then if it was too big, then
it might just
does that hurt Cook? But I don't know.
Right. Like they might just be like, oh yeah, if he's like 80 yards, if Jonathan Taylor rushes for like 120 yards or 100 yards, I doubt that they're going to be like, yeah, we'll get 80 yards with James Cook. I think they're just gonna be like, sorry, James, like it's over, buddy. Which if they post a line at 80 yards for him, like I'm definitely taking the under. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing. Like, but if we get a line first, like I mean, we should have one, right? Like, there's no reason why we wouldn't. And then now you're watching the Colts game.
If I'm a sports book, I'm definitely not posting a line, 100%. But
we need one of the courageous books to get out there and put a first quarter Cook line. If he only needs
the exchanges and just pay attention and just hope. You know what I mean?
You know what? Maybe you could do honestly is post on the exchanges like mid game, like so. Hopefully you get like a regular line and then post it so far EV the other way that you get scooped by just like an EV better.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the EV stuff
or an ARB.
Yeah, not actually paying attention to like what the situation. In my
Yeah.
opinion, that'd probably be the best way to get like a fill on something.
It'll pop up on those tools and it just evaporates immediately.
Yep. Okay, so I think that makes sense. So then there's two more quick ones that I think could matter here. Ashton Genty needs 112 rushing yards for a 1,000-yard season. Raiders head coach Pete Carroll has said we'd love to get him 120 yards or whatever he needs. It'd be fun to get that done. Greg Olson, the offensive coordinator, mentioned it as well. Noonan, you mentioned the line's like 73.5. I think there's the legit chance here is that the Raiders just suck. They can't run the ball and that he doesn't come close to this. Now, the 112 yards, I think you said is like 3-1, right? Something like that.
Yeah,
so
plus 310.
I think that's a good way to play it. Like, I think he could get there. But I don't want to lay minus 110 that he gets there. Like I think 3-1 is a little more interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, if they're going to intentionally give him the ball a bunch, 73.5, I mean, they've been giving him the ball a bunch and he's been not getting there all season long. That's the crux.
I mean, dude,
Only
last week was pathetic, dude. Like, great matchup. No Raheem Mostert's out. Like, he has no competition. Awesome matchup. Just like doesn't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got some good action in the back there.
Yeah, a little squeaky toy. Oh, relax. She thinks I'll chase her if she just looks at me and squeaks it. But I'm like, dude, I can't chase you right now. Dog wants to party, dude.
I love that.
Get it?
So I guess like any takes on that one or not really?
I'm out.
You're out.
I want nothing to do with that. Yeah, like imagine a worse way to spend your Sunday.
What, Rudy for Ashton Genty?
Yeah,
last Sunday. That was my last Sunday.
I'm saying, like that's what I did my Sunday. I chased around a guy I knew couldn't do shit, but because he was incentivized to do shit, even though like he's been incentivized all year to do shit, hasn't done it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like what are we doing?
It's a problem. It's a problem.
It's fair. The good thing is the case to be made is that the other side is Chris Oladokun or whatever. They have no chance of sustaining drives even against this bad Raiders defense and playing keep away. So like if the Raiders want to lean super duper run heavy, I mean, our best bet would probably be just to play attempts. If we get an attempts line, if you're just looking to play a binary line, I guess like they're probably going to jam the ball. But yeah, I don't mind 3-1 for him to get to 100 plus or whatever the number is. So we'll see if that becomes widely available. I don't hate it.
Yeah, and the other one was like the passing title race, Prescott versus Stafford. We talked about it earlier in the week. I think the Rams could play a little bit like a series, maybe a quarter. I would, especially if the Niners win, I would be really surprised if they played full go. If the Niners lose, they could still get the 5 seed. That means they play an NFC South team, which is a big deal in my opinion. So that could matter. Could. Now, McVay has historically not played for seeding ever. So I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of up in the air. I don't think that – I'm trying to think about how to say this. I don't think that McVay would just throw him out there just to let Matthew Stafford get the passing title. Like, if they have nothing to play for, I would be kind of surprised if they just, like, played him anyways. Now, I think Stafford would probably want to play, especially because he's in the MVP race. You know, like, I think he'll still get a bunch of votes no matter what the odds say here. So, I don't know. Like, do you guys have a good read on this? Because I think Dak's probably going to get out to a pretty hefty lead here, I would assume, with no running backs in a good matchup here. So, like, maybe 300-ish plus lead here, I would guess, honestly, considering he has a 34-yard lead already.
I would just wait. No one do anything till we get the Niners Seahawks results. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll buzz through these real quick of the ones that I don't think matter, which I'm sure a lot of people are gonna maybe disagree with or you know, I think in general I really struggle with like must-win games. Like that's the number one thing that I just like don't get at all. Like if a team is playing to win, like I don't think that they give a rip about like contract incentives. Like yeah, it's nice if it happens, but I don't think it's an additive there. So like Rico Dowdle needs 7 scrimmage yards. Doesn't matter. He's going to get 7 yards. Nick Chubb needs 94 yards. Doesn't matter. Hollywood Brown needs 102 receiving yards. Yeah, right. With Chris Oladokun. Yeah, right. Okay. Hollywood Brown needs a touchdown to earn $750K. Maybe. That might matter. Keenan Allen, I don't know if the starters play enough like for it to matter at all. Like he needs 6 receptions. He needs 9 receiving yards for $250K. So yeah, maybe 9 receivers. Maybe they just throw him a
He's
pass
not
9.
getting 6 receptions. He's not going to be out there.
And 2 touchdowns. Those are the 3 incentives. Like, he's not going to be out there enough. There's no way.
No.
Then the Patriots have a ton. Like, Diggs needs 8 receptions or 30 yards, and then Hunter Henry needs 5 receptions. Like, I think their starters are going to play for like I don't know how long their starters are going to play. Like, I think it depends on the other games, right? Technically,
Correct.
but I could see them late in the game if someone's close to one of those numbers that they're like, okay, sure, throw the ball to Hunter Henry 2 more times or whatever, like quick screens. But like, it's really impossible, in my opinion, to predict which ones of those are going to be the case. Let's see here. Diggs, Darnold ones, again, just irrelevant because they're playing to win. Deebo Samuel ones, no idea. I mean, all super lofty with Josh Johnson. He needs 2 touchdowns, 10 receptions, or 93 receiving yards. These are all things that I've seen tweet out too. Like, these are real things that people are tweeting out that I'm just like, get a fucking grip. Like, this is crazy.
But they are my favorite tweets, though. I love here's the incentives, 5 incentives that nobody's talking about. And then it's like 5 incentives that like there's no reason to talk about. I'm saying it's like no shit no one's talking about because you'd be an idiot if you were.
Did you know that Deebo Samuel only needs 10 receptions?
Yeah.
For $100,000.
Yeah, 500 grand. You're like, yeah, well, that's not crazy. Like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Kendrick Bourne, 8 receptions and 49 receiving yards. Like, imagine the 49ers being like, you know what? We don't need to win this game. We need to get Kendrick 500K.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
How can we not get Kendrick 8 receptions tonight?
Yeah. I know he didn't run 8 routes last week, but let's get him in there.
We'll revolve this whole game plan around Kendrick Bourne and his incentives.
Let's see here. A couple more. Jordan Mason needs 136 rushing yards. I think he's going to get the.
That's actually interesting. How much does he need?
136 though.
Shit,
a lot. What's his number?
I don't know because Aaron Jones is out. Like, they could run him a lot. That's the thing. Is like, they could give him a if he gets close somehow. I guess that like would be a thing. But
JJ's playing, so that's good for the run.
Packers aren't going to play anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even playing Malik Willis.
Rushing yards over, but you're probably gonna all right. So since that incentive exists and it really doesn't play in that much, it'll still raise his rushing yards total up like for no reason. You're like, all right, so I'm paying a juiced price just because of this bullshit incentive that doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think incentives hurts the game more than it helps. Like, we're like, oh, it's so easy. Just look at the incentives. Like, no, dude, we're all getting robbed on prices and lines because of these stupid incentives.
For sure. Yeah, because the Mason one would be interesting if it wasn't going to be taxed.
What is the number?
No, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't know. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he's going to get a big workload. So, like, who knows? That one's not my least favorite, honestly. The number is just ridiculous. So, like,
maybe you'd go after his carries in a situation like that. Kind of zig while we don't zag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you guys go after the yards, I'll take the carries.
Let's see here. Josh Oliver needs 2 touchdowns. That would be hilarious. Adam Troutman needs 5 receptions. It's a must-win game for Denver. So, again, doesn't matter. Kareem Hunt needs 31 scrimmage yards. Let's say 25K. I mean, okay, is that even an incentive for these guys? Like, does that even matter to Kareem Hunt?
No.
Like,
I mean, he'll pay a couple fines, maybe pay his probation if he's still on.
I thought it's at 250, so I had it written down. I don't think that matters. Samaje Perine needs 160 rushing yards. Sterling Shepard needs 1 reception. It's obviously a must-win game for the Bucks. He also needs 29 receiving yards. He's like 6th on the depth chart at this point. He was a healthy scratch last week. I don't think he's going to play. Again, I don't think they care about this. Ty Johnson needs 57 receiving yards or 2 touchdowns. And a bunch of other like random ones, like statistical ones.
Those weren't the random ones?
Amico did a good job compiling this. So I have like combined some Twitter stuff and then some Amico stuff. So these are honestly, I sent a lot of this stuff to Noonan and he was like, please tell me you did not do all this work. And I was like,
yeah, I thought Connor was like, I'm like, you got to go outside and touch some grass. This document you sent me is fairly elaborate, but I was glad to find out that he lets someone else.
Smart. Hey, work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Especially on incentives.
Yeah, because like I just read off a list, like what the 4 or 5 of them, 6 of them maybe matter that we've talked about total out of like the 40 that I've
Yeah.
said. So
Yeah, and barely. They probably barely matter.
barely, yeah.
Be careful out there, people. Be careful. The slots
take
points
one
baked in the number in situations where it's known or clear. And then remember, like, Keenan Allen is not getting force-fed red zone targets to get him 2 touchdowns against Denver's defense, who needs to win the game, and the Chargers are, playing Trey Lance. And Trey Lance might not even finish the game from what we've heard. So who knows? So not great. Be careful. Be careful. All right.
Be careful.
Have we anything else, people? I'm good.
I think that's it.
Jason wants the Frosted Tips parlay again, Connor.
The Frosted
Look at
Tips Ecstasy parlay. I
Look
know,
at
I've seen
Frosties
it.
again. We're getting
All right, we got Lamar Jackson, 40+ rushing yards. Pat Fryermuth, 5+ receptions. Tet McMillan, 90+ receiving yards. Godwin, 5 receptions. Purdy, 3+ passing touchdowns. Bijan, over 82 rushing yards. Caleb, over 236.5 passing yards. I did $12 to win 10.2K, and I will tweet this out after the show. So not a bad gig.
sounds like a nice little bankroll taking the playoffs. So Pup likes
I
it.
agree.
Good to go.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
in.
Slop, we got any pools to fill or anything going on?
Nothing this week. Go to Splash and look for the contest that has my face. You'll see it. It's right on the homepage. Get in. We need you. We need everybody in on this thing. It's the last regular season one of the season, so it's going to be the most fun. It's only $20. Dude, it's a $5K guaranteed payout. So, dude, it's huge. It's huge. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to keep doing these forever. I'm going to find golf ones. I'm going to find a way to do NBA. I'm going to find a way to do the MLB ones that, like, we can all have fun with. They have those already, but they're a little bit involved, like, for me, for my taste. You know what I mean? Like, I want just the most simplest. Any moron could come in and win. That's my pool. You know what I mean? And I want to be that moron. So I hope you do too.
I mean, golf one and done's pretty moron friendly.
Yeah.
You just pick one guy every week.
Great way to watch golf too.
It's
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just a great way to watch that sport. You actually care about the cut. Like imagine on Friday, like you're like sweating out the cut. Like that's just fun.
I love it. I love
One way to do that, and that's gambling.
make cut parlay. I love a good make the cut parlay.
Mm-hmm.
Good Friday afternoon sweat in the
Yep.
summer.
Yeah, for free. You know what I mean? Like no kind of.
Okay, yeah.
If you win.
I do. Yeah, if you win. Yeah, pays for the outrights. All right, Connor. You need to go to @ConnorAllen NFL on X. You can find Connor's thread about the X show. You can find out a little bit more about the incentives that matter. Connor's expanded thoughts on those. So appreciate everyone hanging out with us. As always, Happy New Year to you, the listener, the viewer. Moving line over to the podcast, 4for4 live on the YouTube channel. We're going to continue to roll through playoff season. Obviously, the pool to pick from gets a little bit tighter, but I don't know. We get stuff a little bit earlier sometimes in the playoffs, and we got kind of expanded menu on some of the ancillary guys. Edges are still there in the playoffs. So come back. We'll be back next week again, Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Connor and I will be back on Monday as well. You're going to really look at those playoff games. So for Slop and Connor, I'm Ryan. Goes Frost those tips, everybody.